Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Utze today with my fellow trusty co-host Glovir. Hi to Portugal.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to be here once again for some Carcassonne.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine. And what's up for today is the Asian Cup bronze medal game. It's Hong Kong versus Taiwan. I think in the description I wrote Hong Kong is the heavy favorite. Well, I thought they'd play their five best players. It doesn't look this way because I'm at least missing LSC and Sunny here, although maybe they aren't in best of shape right now. I don't know. Table one looks to be pretty close. On table two, I definitely favor CT. They are pretty experienced. I don't know anything about Kin. Do you know Kin 1218?
No, I also not familiar with that player.
Okay. And then table three, I'd say Stephen Chang should be the favorite. Table four, which is the one we will cover today. I'd slightly favor easttung, although 0607 is definitely able to beat masters. And on table six, this should be maybe HotlyHotly is the slight favorite. So overall, I would expect a pretty tight game, and my money would be on a 3-2. I just don't know if I'd favor Hong Kong still. So I'm not
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
What's your take?
No, it's basically the same as yours. It's going to be very close matches. I think all tables are kind of up for grabs for either of the players. There are obviously some favorites, but I would also put my money on 3-2 in favor of someone.
Okay, someone. That's a good bet. Okay, here goes. Table two goes to Hong Kong. Table one goes to Taiwan. Table three goes to Taiwan. Table four goes to Hong Kong. And table five will be an upset, and Helic will secure the 3-2 for Hong Kong. That's my take. Shots from the hip, but we'll see.
Let's see.
Okay, they haven't started, at least not now. Let's check. As I said, we'll cover table four. Let me quickly check. I think if I remember correctly, Otto will cover table one. Yeah, he said so. So if you are more interested in Ernie and Juicy Ray and want to have Otto's commentary, check his video later, of course. So easttung is definitely online. Looks like it's BGA's tournament system again, letting us wait here. Let's check.
Yeah, it can take 1 minute or two. And then the players also have to physically press the join table button.
Yeah, which
It seems occasional
definitely,
player not doing it and then losing because there's only a 5 minute window after the table is open to actually join it. So
yeah, but
let's
I
hope no
guess
one forgets that join button.
I don't think so. I guess if you're playing a
Yeah.
tournament and it's not just your first rodeo, then you definitely should know what's up. And if not, there should always be a captain letting you know what's
Mhm.
up. So this time around, it's definitely BGA because no duel or no game has started right now. Okay, so is it still someone, or did you pick a team which would or should win 3-2 today?
Um, I think I'll bet on Taiwan.
Okay,
I
let's
feel like
see.
Taiwan, at least from my experience, they've been playing quite well. And I think I have more experience against Taiwanese players than players from Hong Kong. So maybe it's just a bias, but I mean, if I got to bet on someone, why not use my biases?
Okay. Yep,
Maybe it
and
works out,
still
but
nothing. 2 minutes passed. Oh. So
yeah,
normally I schedule these streams for 5 minutes before the full hour, which is usually the starting time for these matches. And most often it I have no incentive to actually be live 5 minutes before the start. But then there is a day like today where it works out fine, where the all the technique works and no mic hiccups, no camera problems, and then BGA delays the whole show and still nothing. And it's 3 minutes past. I actually don't get it. Start date
yeah. It's
1
quite
minute
delayed. I don't
ago.
think I ever experienced that much of a delay. It's only a few seconds, a minute at most.
Yeah, well,
Not
3 minutes I definitely had in one tournament. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if I played myself or commentated, but that's not new, but usually it's not more than a minute. So let's refresh again. Still nothing. Come on.
Suspect now the players must be a bit nervous. They're like, this is my problem. Should I be frantically refreshing the page? Is the table open? Am I losing on time? I mean, I can't really imagine being in this position, like fighting for third place in such a tough championships, and then you're like in this limbo where the table doesn't open, but you're not sure if it's your problem, if it's PGA's problem. So no.
Yeah, I feel this way when a player takes a lot of time, so moves um, upwards of 2 minutes. And then
Yeah.
I don't really know, because I had this exact situation, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, where I would have lost a game on time because I didn't notice that my opponent already had played, but just the interface wasn't updated. I don't know why. And I think after 3, 4 minutes or so, I refreshed the page and was always in the red. But
Oof.
I think it wasn't even an arena game, just a regular game, so it didn't matter actually. But they could have kicked me out, so would have been annoying. Still,
Yeah.
5 minutes passed, nothing. Okay, what shall we do? Let's wait.
Yep. I think we can wait.
Yeah, else I'll get a game of mine from this year's WTCOC, where I would like to someday analyze the end game, but this doesn't actually make sense right now. Still nothing. And easttung is still online. That's great. And at least I noticed I forgot something. It's great
Yeah.
too.
Well, if any of these players wasn't online in time, at least they got bailed out. Maybe that helps someone.
Yeah. And now it looks like all the refreshing took some toll. Now my main window is unresponsive. Yeah, great.
It's unresponsive of mine end as well, so I suppose PGA is having some trouble
Yep, it's BGA.
functioning.
Yep, searching. There's really nothing much to search. Here we go. Nope. Main window is still unresponsive, but it's not the window, it's just the BGA tab. So it looks like the delay will continue at least for a few minutes. Let's hope the service, at least once they start, works without hiccups, because that's, I think, the most annoying thing you could encounter as a tournament player is an unresponsive service, and then you actually don't really know if it's you or if it's BGA or maybe your opponent. This time around, I guess it's definitely BGA.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when something beyond your ability to influence happens, but I mean, it's
Yeah,
nothing
Helic and
to buy
HotlyHotly
already.
have started. Sorry.
Oh, someone started. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Then
Our duel as
let's.
well.
Yep. So
It's
let's
like minute
refresh
delay.
again. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Standard opening move. Nothing fancy so far.
Yeah. I forced the triple city. Not sure if yellow liked the present, but it is what it is.
Yeah, at least they could defend with the curve. So
Mhm.
that's annoying. Let me quickly check. Taiwan playing blue on all tables, so this is working, and then we only need the game of Pan Pan and Stephen Chunk to start.
Now
Still
blue
doesn't play.
equalizes yellow city. Interestingly enough, yellow doesn't take the 3-point road, which
Yeah,
I think, yeah, they were a bit afraid of the situation with the upper road, but I think you'd still grab it.
yeah.
It's
In the
3 points.
beginning,
Mm-hmm.
definitely grab this in the beginning. There are still a lot of pieces out there to
Yeah,
liberate your road later on, and then take this city as a bonus.
yeah, especially because there were no other roads which blue could have taken. So
Yep.
if you control both roads, if blue gets a curve or a straight line, they really don't have much value for them.
Yeah, exactly. You take 3 points instead of more or less 0, because the city is likely to be shared down the road. And then you devalue at least 30-40% of the tiles in the deck significantly. So definitely taking the 3 points would have been at least my move, and I guess yours too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's early game. You can be greedy. That's the point of early game.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't work out, well, then in the end, then you are losing a meeple for 2 or 3 points. Who cares in the end? 2 or
Mhm.
3 points plus the 3 you took, so maybe 5 or 6. That's not really a big problem.
Now yellow got the dagger, but instead of completing the rail group road, they just start the city. But I mean, putting some pressure on blue's roads. But uh, okay, I suppose. But I mean, why not just complete the loop, get the value from the
Yep.
road as well as the cap?
So Glovir is talking about this one. Yeah, definitely my choice as well. Just more efficient
Yeah,
and not letting a 3-point road hanging somewhere.
yeah. And it comes back to what we said. It's early game. You can be a bit greedier than you would be during the mid, especially end game. Still, yellow got some cities open and closed. Blue as well. Relatively equal positioning.
Yeah, but this starting tile as well could have been used to continue blue's road on the right end and open another city with two meeples in hand. Back then, this wouldn't have been a big problem. So why not? Now, if you get an extender, there's no easy continuation of a small city available for you. And that's why you should always, at least more or less until the end game, keep a small city open if possible. So looks like
Absolutely.
Stephen Chang and Pan Pan still haven't started. Let's check if Pan Pan is even online. No, looks like it. Well, we'll see about that. So blue closes their road, doesn't take triple city because they quite likely are gunning for this one on the left, although this one is looking.
Connects.
It's so.
I think I would.
Yeah, go.
I was saying, I think I would have connected against one of my meeples to Yellow City with a triple. I don't think there was any rush to close the roads. An open road is always nice to have. Plus, if we are trying to connect two meeples to the city, we sometimes should actually spend the time to connect them. And the shield and triple city is just a great value thought to do so.
Yeah. I guess they did use it over here on the right side because they need crossroads on the left anyway. So there aren't really that many pieces to close your road. But in the end, the question should be, do you really want to work on the city? Well, then use the pieces you could use there. And if not, if it's only about building a ruin, well, then this here is fine, but then you could take the city on the right side as well. I mean, it has a shield. There was an option to harass Yellow City maybe later on.
Yeah. The point of connecting with a triple city is that it also doesn't allow any reconnection opportunities immediately unless you get a side-to-side splitter. Because with correct positioning, you leave two city faces up, so yellow can't reconnect. And now blue had spent two triple cities actually not connecting, but instead closing the roads and then dying yellow. I think connecting would have been nicer. He would have put a bit more pressure on yellow to get points.
Yep, exactly. And yellow, of course, is hoping to draw splitter or maybe even an extender over here.
Yeah, whatever comes first. And the splitter does appear first, which is very, very good for yellow. They can meeple the other city quite safely.
Yeah, and there's even one left-handed dagger remaining, so even if blue were to limit this, for example, with a curve like this, they still would have at least the one piece in the deck to close their bottom city. Not really sure what's taking them so long. It's definitely a no-brainer move over here.
Yeah, it's not ideal to spend so much time. And the move is relatively simple to see and almost certainly the move you're going to make.
Yeah, now blue, of course, has to attack. They don't.
I would say they had to
they
attack.
Just plot.
They had a different game vision.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, having two meeples in hand, but there's one that liberates with a curve, another one with a crossroad, your small city up top. So for all intents and
Yeah,
purposes, you
blue
have more
should have
than the
gone.
2 meeples. So
Mhm.
definitely a meeple here.
Yeah, a meeple there was pretty standard, and I don't think it would have been a big investment on both ends.
Yeah.
Especially now they have 4 meeples. I mean, what was one when you have 4? It was negligible investment.
Yeah, and there's
Now
not
yellow just
even
continues the city.
there's not even a big field available where you could invest your meeples wisely. So from
Yeah,
a strategic standpoint, I'm not a big fan of blue's game here. Yeah, they go for the total kill here. Why not? And is there still a splitter available? No, there isn't. So this would be devastating for yellow's chances to close both cities. But blue just gets the quadruple crossroad. Well, at least 3 points on the left. Oh, of course, 3 points over here.
mhm. Yeah, yellow also got a Dorito, but didn't defend against the idea you just had with the Roda Dorito. Um, they could have.
I think that's just
With so
why.
many Roda Doritos left, I think it was they had to play a bit more safe, especially
Mm,
because they are ahead. They really don't. I don't think they need to gamble
I,
to see this on one tile. I
I
just
don't
don't
think
think.
so. Exactly
Really?
why that's they are ahead, and exactly because of that they could risk it because even with 5 Doritos, no horses left. So just the 5 out of 27, 28 tiles, that's not even 20%. Why not risk it and hope to get a cap next turn? And then the game is out of reach for blue. Because if you close this city, then there's no way in hell blue will get back into this game. You still have your 2 monasteries over here with monastery spots available, even though
Yeah,
there's
but
only 1 curve left, but still. And why not
yeah,
risk it?
but I still would not risk it. I mean, the Dorito was also a defense of that critical square. Straight lines could not have been a block. Plus, when I feel like when I'm ahead at least, I really don't like variance. The yellow doesn't need to complete the city. Yellow does have 2 monasteries. Whose
Yeah,
biggest threat at the moment is just to get a medium-sized ruin. Yellow has
yeah.
monastery spots. And then blue that chase the square around, which is great for yellow because once ahead, yellow doesn't need it. So I think I'm a bit more risk averse when I'm ahead.
Okay, good to know for all your
Good to know.
opponents in the
No, I'm
future.
lying. I love risk. I risk everything. What did I say?
You know where Glovir's pressure points are. Exploit
No.
them as best as you
Oh,
can. Okay,
unless I get
so
a monastery. If I get a monastery, I'm completely not. I just throw everything out the window. I'll just people it.
okay, so at least one
Yeah.
of
At
yellow's
the end,
cities
yellow
is
was
killed,
blocked.
but there's still one uh, left-handed dagger remaining to close the other city. So you would have played it this way and hoped to draw another Dorito and a city cap without interference. Do I
Yeah.
got this right?
Yeah, exactly. That would be
Okay.
my go-to move.
Okay.
Because even if it doesn't work, Blue will just spend hours chasing it away, and
Yeah, you're
that's fine
right.
by me.
Yeah. Blue would have at least used 2 moves, or at least 1 if unsuccessful, only the 1 if successful, at least 2 to harass your city. Well, in this case, blue used 2 moves. No, 3 moves.
3 moves, actually.
Yeah.
Quite
So,
expensive block.
yep.
Yellow gets another monastery. They are completely in the leads. But
Now we
Blue
finally
finally,
will see blue.
finally,
Oh, and now they use the upper one. Yeah, I guess using the cow over here would would have been a total block anyway. So it doesn't even make sense. So if so, then this way, then you'd still have a chance to close it. Yeah,
But
but at
blue just gets
least
both cows. So they got
they
exactly
get,
the tiles they needed.
yep. But of course, downside, this city is dead. No Dorito, no regular Dorito, and no diagonal slitter remaining. So at least this will be a ruin. And what's up?
Yeah, blue
Small
needs to
field
find a way
blue.
to capitalize on their massive meeple advantage.
Yeah, and there's not even a great chance to attack the field by yellow on top, and it's a 6-point field anyway, so 18 points, 3 meeples. Well, this could work out for blue in the end.
Yeah, there's still a monastery to be drawn. There is a very neat square for it next to the ruin on the top right place. So blue could rebuild that monastery square for himself because there aren't that many fields to grab. Blue does have a field with a cap on it, so at least they have good chance of getting those 7 points. Blue does play it on the city, but it's a bit more defensive. Doesn't want to create an opportunity for yellow to attack, but the attack is not very good. No triple cities are remaining, so I need a would have been the block. I'll just rebuild the monastery square if it were me.
So like
Yeah,
this.
exactly like that. To try to
Yeah.
extract maximum value.
Yeah, because it's not just even a Dorito that would be a total block, but any piece with city and field on the left side or right side, depending on your viewpoint. So I guess that would definitely be okay. Oh, come on. I didn't click that often.
We'll just grab
That's,
another field, which is okay. They
yeah.
need to do something.
Yeah,
And they have the
I
meeple
guess
to
they
spend.
didn't like this option here. I'm not really sure why.
I think they
Because
figured
it's,
they had to spend meeple somewhere.
yeah, and maybe it's a slight insurance against yellow taking the dagger to
Might
close
be, but
their city.
if yellow gets the dagger, I don't think insurance is going to cover it for blue.
Yeah, definitely
Especially
not.
because yellow drops a farmer themselves. And that's
Yeah,
9 points per.
and there's no way to connect here because all curves and the road monastery are already gone. The road monasteries.
Yeah,
So
but blue is
what's,
catching up on points with their fields and cities.
yeah, so let's add the monastery to the critical tiles because it would, at least for blue, be definitively 6 points. And depending when it's drawn, I guess yellow would use it over here as well. Or maybe better there, although it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because there is no piece to liberate the other monastery left.
This find a very good move. They got the 3 points. They drop the city caps on their field, and the tile to close it is precisely the dagger yellow needs. So it's very good to have use for tiles which your opponent needs. And I
Yeah,
think
but
blue in this
yellow
position,
could
yeah,
at least
yellow
block this
cannon, right?
now.
Yeah, but there is still an
There's
extender,
an
so
extender available. Yes, you're right,
it's
but
not this full block. And blue, I think, now can ensure the field, preventing yellow from completing the city and grabbing the field. If blue can do that, I think they have a pretty good shot, even if yellow closes
yeah, but
the
there is
city.
not. Yeah, sure, there is. Just
Mhm.
like this, you mean?
It's tough
Because
to
on
say, but who has one meeple on yellow? I think they have.
over here would be better, but over
Oh,
there,
over
of
there
course,
is
is better.
definitely better. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's fine.
Because then blue also would get a nice 7-point road, 1 additional point to their city. So definitely, yellow needs the dagger. Table 1, first game goes to Juicy Ray, that's Taiwan.
Yeah. Blue still has 2 meeples, so triple them on is. Yeah, it's this. Maybe they
Yeah,
don't
why
need,
not?
because if yellow does get the monastery, they'll go there.
Yeah, I don't see
And
any
blue is
better
no longer
option
that
right
far
now.
behind. Yeah, they should just play that on their ruin and see what yellow draws. Because yellow, I feel like there's really need their dagger. And they need it kind of now to get the meeple back. Well, does fly on their ruin. They do not rebuild the monastery square, which I think is fine.
I'm not sure there's any reason to not rebuild the
Maybe
monastery
don't want to give
square.
the point to yellow.
Yeah, but if yellow gets the monastery, does it really help? Blue gets the
Because
monastery,
it
and
depends on when.
then we'll see who'll get the 50-50, will win the 50-50 flip for the dagger.
Yeah,
Because
no,
that's,
I agree with you. Actually, blue should have.
I
Probably should
mean,
have
it doesn't look like it
rebuilt monastery.
matters because the 6 points for blue only matter if they draw the dagger as well. Else yellow closes their city, ties the field, which is a zero-sum affair, adding 3 points to this field, of course. Yellow gets the dagger. Blue took the monastery, of course.
Yeah, but the dagger does pre-build a 5-point road for blue. It's going to be quite close, actually.
Yeah, that's problematic. So right now the city is at 5 points. If yellow closes it, they get 7 points minus 3 for blue's field. So only 4. 4 plus 3, and blue takes the 5-point road for
And they
plus 2
win.
win.
Yeah.
So they got the tile they needed. It was just a move too late because
Yeah, I
they
think
really,
blue played the end game or late mid game quite well. They figured they were behind. They need to spend meeples. They spend on a 9-point field, which with a dagger would have been 12, and then the 12-point field quite tightly packed together. They played an insurance farmer against Yellow's city, and also they had simply a ruin and a good monastery spots to take advantage of since Yellow was low on meeples. So
yep,
I think Blue's game wrapped up in the end, and I got a quite nice win for them. Well done.
yep. And even if yellow would have gotten the dagger on their penultimate move, they only would have created this 9-point field for blue and wouldn't have no chance to score the 9 points themselves. So I'm pretty sure even that wouldn't have helped them win this game.
Yeah, Wolves meepling off the field, ensuring Yellow City was very critical move to make, and they made it quite
Let's
accurately.
see. Doesn't look like they need a break, so I hope we could expect them to start quickly. On table 5, HotlyHotly secured the third win for Taiwan. Didn't I predict an upset on table 5? Well, looks like your crystal ball is a bit clearer than mine.
I had it cleaned yesterday.
Okay, good to know. So
Yeah, start the game. Nobu was the first player. They do not get the early city. They go road, they'll get the city. They do a very interesting move with the crossroads. I don't think I like it.
I'm not sure that's. I mean, you can
But why do
use
you?
a curve anywhere. I'm sorry. I
No, go ahead.
don't. I mean, is this really? Has it any great upside? Is the EV even positive? I'm not sure.
I don't think it is because you give away a 3 point close for your opponent to take immediately, and you expect him to
Yeah.
get like 2 points and give away three. We cannot possibly be positive.
Well,
Plus, you gave away a good spot for you to start the city with a dagger, and yeah, a bit too creative. I feel like.
okay. To be fair, this spot would have been the same. One square to the bottom.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's fair.
I mean,
But I suppose
there's
now
actually.
Google allowed
Oops.
Yellow to put some pressure on the roads.
Yeah. Maybe I should remove the shortcut to move Windows to my secondary monitor. It's not the first time this happened. I really despise attacks like that.
That can
You are
backfire, but
so vulnerable if the quadruple city is already out.
well, it always leaves open a square
And
for future attack.
there is the re-attacking possibility. So it is.
Let's get the first monastery, but Yellow falls up with a monastery of their own to equalize.
Yeah, but
Almost equalize.
why not on the top?
Yeah, good point.
You either could
What is
assert
we
some
don't know.
pressure on Blue's road, or at least Blue would add at least 1 point to your monastery. This way you have to do it yourself on the right side. And when to do that? Well, after you continued your road, preferably, else you'd endanger your road with 3 starting tiles already gone. So only a minor difference, but big ripple effects. So
Yeah, for sure.
not happy with this placement.
Now there is a big chase for that. I imagine brewing. Everyone wants a piece of it. Whose road at the bottom is a bit restricted. That inventive move at the beginning of the game didn't quite pay off. Blue didn't get a curve in time, and Yellow restricted it to a
Yeah,
number
if
of
only
crossroads.
Blue would have drawn a road end in the beginning, that would have been
Yeah, they could
great.
have saved it. That would have been good.
But I guess in the first game they had a few interesting moves as well and managed to eke out a win. So that's any indication. Well, let's see.
And I'd like to point out Blue's move at the top with the Dorito, which I think is quite good. They were patient. They didn't yet connect to the rune because they see that if they connect, Yellow can simply reconnect again. And they've valued their attack to be better, even if they don't connect, because it's much there's more potential to grow than Yellow's attack, and they are definitely going to attempt to block Yellow's connection, which will be a very big move. But I don't understand why they did not meeple their monastery now. They just got 2 points. They had a grounded monastery.
Yep.
Could have meepled it. You should have meepled it, honestly.
Yep. Occupy monasteries if you can. Definitely.
Yeah, it's good points, guaranteed points. I suppose they didn't want to be on low meeples, but I think it would have been fine. This star would have fit in perfectly. For instance, other monasteries 1 square away from completion. The road is a bit further away, but plenty of crossroads remain.
Yep.
So no reason to not use the monastery to their full potential. And now they really don't have any great places for this style. Oh,
Yeah, I guess quadruple
okay.
cities is gone. 2 horses are gone. Why
Okay,
not?
it's probably the best restriction they could have made, honestly. Plus, now they can complete their monastery and then put some real pressure on Yellow's connection. So
Yep.
this is a good move. Another
Yeah,
monastery for
next
blue.
monastery.
If only they had stacked them at the bottom, they would be so happy at this point in the game. So very happy.
Yeah. Ripple
At least I
effects.
would.
Ripple
At least I
effects.
would if
Ripple
I were
effects.
blue with the monastery stacked at the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? If the road monastery is exactly 1 city cap or cow extender, Dorito, whatever from completion, no way in hell I wouldn't stack it. Oh, looky here.
Yeah.
A 3-point road for blue, almost being wiped out.
That road is not having a good day.
No. Ooh, nice field for yellow.
Yeah. They are trying to assert their meeple slight advantage just because Blue's road's a bit it's almost blocked, but
Yeah, that's
Yellow's road is also not in the greatest of places. There is still Roaded Monastery,
only.
plenty of
There's
straight lines.
no straight left.
Oh, actually, no straight left. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Ah,
The straight by blue was
yeah, that was the last
ingenious.
one. Ah,
Yep.
that was very good then. Very, very good.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that at the time. Blue, no, yellow, yellow. I thought it was blue restricting themselves to the control. No, it was yellow.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
it makes more sense.
Not
I was
not
thinking, ooh,
not
blue is so
when
greedy. Wow.
No, no, no. There are still 3 regular
Okay,
crossroads
okay.
and 3
It,
roses remaining. So
that makes more sense. Yeah, what to do it, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Yellow's field completely plays off already. They got
Mm,
both caps they deployed, so that's quite fortunate for them. Their problem
yeah.
is Blue is going to kill their monastery, their own monastery as well, but more importantly, the connection to the ruin.
Yeah. And since blue deployed this splitter, yellow drew these 4 tiles. So blue waiting quite a long time to get a city cap on, and yellow gets the next one. So not very fortunate. At least blue managed to kill yellow's city attack and now can
Yeah, blue certainly
connect to
connects
the
now.
ruin. Only question is whether you'd use this orientation or this one.
I think the
Yeah.
one which leaves more city squares available would be the one to go for.
And
Because
that's field to the
is it
left or field to the top?
I think it's filled to the top.
Okay.
Because I mean this way, yeah, you restrict to a triple city, but I mean there are still two left, so it's not that big of a restriction.
Yeah, and
And
there
the point
are
of having the city to the left is you can grow the ruin while then putting some pressure on that connection square, and it's easier
yeah,
to grow.
yeah,
But maybe Blue just wants to play it safely, more safe, and not feels like they don't need that many city squares open to grow the ruin.
yep. And blue is patient. They could have taken the cap on the right side, but figuring they already need a cap for their small city, and this is the last meeple in hand, they didn't go for it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
unsuccessfully tried to annoy Yellow City, but
looks like really
still
good
no
draws
caps
for
for Blue.
yellow. Yeah, this 4, 5, 6, and more or less uninterrupted. Okay, these two pieces as well. Meanwhile, blue got crap like this. Next one.
Yeah, that's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, and
You
arguably,
really do need the meeple back to fight for the fields. It's 12 points Yellow has, which Blue can
exactly,
definitely attack.
you have to attack the field sometime because there is no other feature to take over to equalize the scoreboard. And even the 12 points from the field wouldn't bring you to the tie, roughly 20 points behind. And now you finally get a cap and it's the wrong one. And there's
Yeah,
not
but
even an
Blue
open
used
cup
the
left.
crossroads a bit. I don't think it was the most precise when they got their 2 points because they restricted this open city cap, but they restricted it to the same dagger they already need. So they could not get advantage of a tell like this if Yellow draws a vanilla cap like they drew before. So I
Yeah.
think there was a slight imprecision by Blue.
Yeah. Yeah. It was precise in terms of blocking, maybe, because you at least take out a few more city caps from yellow to use, although yellow might even use them on their field anyway. But the problem is if you are 20 points behind and there is not much runway left to really take off here, then you have to risk. And risk would mean leaving this city cap open to take advantage of it. Another city cap you couldn't use on your city.
Yeah.
So let's say tactical mistake or imprecision, if you will.
Finally, Blue does get a city cap they can use actively.
Yeah.
They
And
definitely should
now,
get their meeple out.
yeah, and don't meeple the field.
Yellow does get 4 more quick points. And
Blue
Blue
takes the
definitely should attack
field.
the field now. It's a question of no, it's probably always the top field. The bottom one is very easily blocked. The connection that is.
Yeah, I think just use the top one. Hope to draw the next cap yourself. Connect over here. Maybe try to connect from the left side as well, or from the bottom one to take over the field, because then you are back in business with 22 points behind. Taking away a 12-point field from your opponent, adding a 15-point field of your own. 12 and 15 is 27, and you would actually be ahead. So let's see. What'll be Blue's decision? They are already running a bit low on time. 4.5 minutes left, and still 8 moves to go for them.
Yeah, Blue seems to be the player who spends their time to the fullest extent, which is optimal.
If you have
But
enough time left in the end when you need it, you are definitely right.
You also should be aware if you're gonna need the time to figure out the end game, you probably shouldn't spend it all now.
But why then choose this move?
Oh. Yeah. I don't think this is the move to play. It doesn't even really threaten the field connection immediately. There's 2 moves away, but you could have just threatened one.
Yeah, I think threaten
Still did
one,
get the
and
monastery, which
then you at least have this option and this option. Now the cap is blocked, and you actually more or less have to attack over here, but even that doesn't win you the game. So even this attack and 2 successful connections wouldn't win you the game.
yeah, the monastery was massive for yellow.
Yep.
I think now yellow can just run, meaning they really don't need the field.
Yep. And folks, sad news. Booth Road is dead.
The
Long
3-point
time.
road.
Yeah.
Oh, poor road that is.
Yeah, it's always sad to see the first meeple being dead in the end. So this is only dead rubber right now. There's not much happening. There won't be much happening. Still a monastery left, so blue could still connect. Also a vanilla, but does it matter? 19 points difference? Well, yellow's field has grown to 15 points, but yellow with the dagger, the figurative dagger. So no chance for blue to take over a unified field, and this one secured yellow's win. On table 1, Ernie was able to beat Juicy Ray in game 2 and forces a decider with this. All other tables are still playing their second game. Tables 2 and 3, I think I didn't mention the first games went to CT and Pan, so Hong Kong. Looks like the expected close game, because over here easttung will equalize the duel as well. So at least we will be witnessing 2 deciders.
Yeah. With the tiles remaining, we can't really.
Okay, then let's switch to Helic HotlyHotly, because I don't see any way how 06, 07 could still win this game. And HotlyHotly and Helic are having a pretty close game.
Yeah. Lots of cities closed. Interestingly enough, there seems to be two fields. Blue controls a 9-point field, yellow controls a big point field. 3, 6, 7, 24, 21 points. 21, I think.
Yeah, looks like 21.
Yeah. One meeple.
And there's
for each player.
still a road monastery left, so yellow could even extend this field to 24 and add a 7-point monastery.
Or can just score 10 points for the road of monastery.
Okay.
Which is probably what they
Which is probably
they're
the
thinking.
better option, yeah.
Yeah, it does seem to be nicer.
I just didn't notice the hole in the middle. This one here is dead. Regular monasteries are gone. And the big prize goes to yellow, and this
That's very satisfying.
should seal the deal. Although, yeah, yellow is starting player, so no.
Blue is starting.
Where's this blue starting player? Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
I'm confused. I'm confused. Yeah, no. It's Cookie's fault. Cookie implemented a starting player denominator, and he used a star. The star icon, I think it might even be the same as this one. Yeah, so Helic will win this one and force the decider as well. Nice. The third one.
Yeah. For blue, after that monastery, they had to find some way to attack the field, but
yeah, I think there
really wasn't one.
There wasn't one because there was one at the top.
Yeah, but it was always blockable.
Easily blockable, quite likely with all tiles remaining.
Yeah.
And the same goes, I think, for this one, if there even was anything left that could have worked there. I think this was the last city tile, so likely not. Okay, so Helic forces the decider on table 5. easttung dispatched 0607 8751. Oof, rough. And it looks like Pan will take the first duel down for Hong Kong versus Stephen Chang on table 3. That's definitely good news for Hong Kong. And let's go back to easttung.
And that's a slight upset from our collective expectations.
Yeah, it definitely is an upset. Yep. I wouldn't have expected Pan to win. At least I hope I remember that correctly and said so.
I think we did. So.
Yeah, and let's have a quick look at table 2. Right now it looks pretty evenish, although big fields, which is yellows right now, so there are options for blue to take this game over. Well, we'll see.
In the meantime, on our main table, some interesting moves were played. Blue used a triple city on yellow's open cap, which, okay, I suppose, but could have used on the top one. I think it would be a bit more disruptive. But then yellow followed up with a vanilla cap, not on their city, but on the side of it, just to try to harass a bit of blue city, which I don't follow. I think it would have been better just to put it on your own city.
Yeah, or if you want to harass blue city over here, then
like that.
Point the cap to the right and wait for the Doritos, which arguably is fine.
Yeah, because harassing to a field early on, it really doesn't do much. You can still use all extenders, all dividers, all
Yeah,
almost everything.
yeah. And now yellow is forced to use the extender there. Although it wouldn't have been optimal on the other city as well, because then there would have been an easier attack available.
Yeah, I like the standard when it was played. It also makes it so blue's field in some cases may be very, very restricted. For instance, if yellow draws a triple city with the roads, they almost close in blues completely to a 6 point, depending on how the field develops later. So
Yeah,
I think the extender was well placed. Who in the
yeah,
meantime
definitely.
attacks the other field and gets some points.
Yeah. You only need to close it, and 2 left-handed daggers are already gone. So there might
Yeah.
be problems brewing from the right side, especially now that blue. Or will they?
Yeah.
Standard move, or would you rather use this one?
No, I would do the standard
And,
move.
and then later
I
try
think
to
that,
block yellow to the road monastery.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I guess this is the safer one.
Yeah.
So
Now
how
blue
about
should probably, yeah, grab that open city. Instead, they do something which really doesn't work.
yeah,
It doesn't really work either to
it,
try to annoy Yellow's bottom city. No,
it, I mean, it's an okay move if you are behind by a lot and the city is worth a bit more than 3 points. But in this
the city
situation,
had no, the city had no
this here
shields.
was
There was a
definitely stronger.
very grabbable city
Yeah,
on your field, though.
and you
Well, it's not your
create
field, but yeah, we suspect.
maybe another attacking option if necessary. So, for example, if yellow were to close their city and attack the field, then you could counter on the right side immediately.
Precisely.
So now yellow's farmer is pretty limited, and it will be an interesting game of chicken once
Yeah.
one of them gets the dagger. I guess yellow might not even close their city. Yep, here we
No,
go.
I wouldn't. Yeah, and Yellow did exactly what you said. They closed their city and connected quite safely to the field. And
I
now
mean,
Blue is in a tough position.
yeah, it's not a big problem for blue to attack the field later on. There are still enough options.
Yeah, that's
But
true. But their main concern is Yellow seems to have a more versatile position they can
definitely,
use.
they
Yeah.
have a huge threat in the upper left corner. They have their monasteries.
And also,
And
Blue's second meeple entering to the field is dependent on whether or not Yellow feels like closing their city. Otherwise, Blue has to do it themselves, which I think they can if they just close the roads immediately. So put the road ends, so they have some extra value by closing it.
yeah,
Also, making it a bit more appealing for Yellow to do so.
yeah, but do you really want to give your opponent the 5 points? Maybe it's worth it because you tie the field. But uh, let's say this, if I were to get a crossroad, I
And also,
might do
meeple,
this
yeah,
move, attack. Although then yellow doesn't use
yeah.
the
But I
dagger
mean, if you're
there.
attacking both ways, it's good because one of the Our second attack is independent of the dagger. We can still connect without it. And the first
over
one
here.
still has plenty of value by
Yeah.
virtue of having the road associated with the move of completing the city as well.
Yeah, will definitely be interesting. And now blue might be
Certainly
forced
has
to
to.
attack.
Yeah, certainly they got the, well, basically the best how to do so because it doesn't put pressure on their own city.
Yep.
If they had gotten the Riddle with the roads, they would kind of also be forced to attack the city, but then they would basically kiss goodbye to their 1 point cap at the bottom. Oh, instead they don't even bother, which
Come on.
this could definitely backfire.
24 points behind, and you don't attack this feature. I don't like it
They
one
don't
bit.
even continue. I thought they would at least restrict it to a starting tile, and they don't even do that. They'll just say they'll. I'm not sure what Blue's plan
Yeah,
is.
in this case, leaving
It's
this
probably to
cap
triple the
open,
city, but still.
it's okay because once they place the extender there, then yellow could use something like a rose, for example, and secure
Yeah,
this
that's true.
spot.
But if
If
not the
not,
extender there, what they are doing there?
nothing. You just wait for yellow
Exactly.
to place anything and then to either block or attack.
But then the attack is worse
Yeah,
off because then we are putting pressure on our own city, which was the very thing that Splitter allowed us to avoid. And
exactly
just
my
follow this
point,
move
and
by Blue.
that's
Hmm.
why this is a nonsense move.
Yeah,
Attack the
it
city
really didn't work.
directly, prevent that yellow would close it on their own. Of course, if you do it that way, there would still be an option for yellow to attack from the top, for example, like this, and then hope to get a Dorito and later on the horse for the win. So it's not perfect as well, but
It's not perfect, but it was the best, I
better.
think,
Yeah.
because this doesn't work, I think, at all. In any configuration of tiles that could have been drawn there. Maybe you hold like a triple city, restricting yellow to a triple city with the roads. But even then, yellow could play not around it,
Yeah.
but with it.
Something
Yeah.
like this would work. But in the end, it only works to prevent yellow from running away with the city. It doesn't really get you closer to the win, actually, if you are that far behind.
Blue does get a road advantage tree at least, so.
They have
But
to use it.
they kind of have to use it, but it's going to be painful to give back to meeples to yellow. But I mean, you need to score points, so
Yep.
what's the alternative? 2 points somewhere? That's not
Yep.
really viable, is it?
Closing the road.
Because that was quite good, like 20 moves ago. I think we're a bit past that.
Yeah, and they are thinking about it. Tough, 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 tough. Come on, there are still a lot of curves left. Many
Yeah, they
crossroads.
need to
Oh
not do this.
no.
No, no.
No.
Okay, and now. Okay, they can still tie the field if they
Yeah,
get
sure.
their meeple on the city, or swing the city back. Maybe they can win the field. Well, they do get it back, in fact.
Yeah,
So they
but
definitely are going to attempt something.
there's a gaping hole on the
Yellow,
left. And
yeah,
let's see
Yellow's going to
if,
defend it somehow.
yeah, the question is directly, indirectly, like they did. They go for the indirect option,
This
which is
still
fine.
allows Blue to. The problem with this is Blue can use the Dorito like tile or the rose
Yeah.
to connect. So I was thinking maybe turn the curve the other way. So at worst, you are at the 50-50.
Yep. I
And
would
Blue's
have
only connecting tile is a starting tile. So
Yeah, I would have preferred that one because, for one, it leaves less connection pieces or attacking pieces, and it at least removes the roses because they couldn't be used to block this to the only remaining left-handed dagger.
Yeah, which is not what happens.
No, because they got this one
Yeah,
here,
really,
which limits this,
I
of
mean,
course, to, let's say, 2 pieces immediately closing the city. So the remaining vanilla and splitter, plus there is still one extender left. Then again, yellow would have loved the rose now, but they only got a curve. Meanwhile, on
they do
table 2,
defense.
CT wins versus kin on the board and on time. Even
I wonder if yellow could have.
both
Oh yeah, on
colors.
time. Could have meepled the field with this curve. I'm not claiming it is good, but
It's definitely not bad,
I don't think
but
it's
it's your
bad. I mean,
last meeple,
it's your best meeple. There are 20 tiles remaining, but
and you only have
you have
2
two
pieces
tiles to
left.
get meeples back.
Yeah.
And you're
And
probably saying that blue can't outcompete you. I mean, if you have three meeples on the field, how does blue get three meeples themselves?
whoa.
Don't
There's
really like that.
interesting option because there are 2 routes. So this one is limited to the same dagger you need at the bottom, and that's exactly why that's pretty adventurous.
Yeah, but it
And in
also
that
connects
case,
to yellows.
yeah, I would have used this option at the bottom. Then you'd had curves as well. And if you get the dagger, you connect both to
Yeah,
the
of
field.
course. Yeah. For sure. That was
And
better.
you need to dodge the vanilla anyway. So
Yeah. No, your move is
I'm not
definitely
really
better.
happy with blue's choice here.
Yellow, of course, restricts to the dagger, and now blue has a Dorito, which they can not really use. Suppose they go there to try to prevent yellow from annoying the city, but doesn't quite work out. Maybe now they close the road to the bottom.
Okay, folks, for those being in the chat, I thought my chat tool would work, but actually it didn't. So I didn't see your comments. Sorry, folks. I'm just reading it now. And you didn't say anything, Guilherme. You could have let me know.
Oh, kind of just if I
Yeah, you
answered them, I
thought I
forgot.
knew.
Sorry,
Yeah, no.
I am not
It's
really trained in chat reading yet.
it's okay. Just let me abuse you quite a bit here. So, what was there anything I need to react to? Oh, Agatha. Yeah, no, it's not a BGA function. It's coded by me, and as of now, the extension only lives on my PC. So, considering this is not legit in terms of tournament use, because let me quickly move the remaining box somewhere here. So this one, the scores all not legit for tournament use. So I'm not even sure if I will publish this sometime down the road. I'm still deliberating. But it's pretty nice to use on stream actually, and to replicate tiles like that makes it way easier to illustrate. our thoughts.
Yeah, precisely. In the meantime, Blue actually completed Yellow City at the bottom, fulfilling their connection, and they also
Whoa.
got the road as well. But in
Whoa.
getting the road, they allowed Yellow to do this, which is why they shouldn't have left the gap hanging like they did. Because Blue completed Yellow City, got the monster meeple back, connected to the field, then grabbed the points for the road, but left the gap on the field, which is shared, which was a mistake because it allowed Yellow to do precisely what they did. And Blue
Yep.
could have prevented it multiple ways, and they didn't.
Yep. And Yellow didn't close their big city, of course. This here is dead, because then they would have added a third farmer to the field instead. Sure, they closed this one and are attacking at the bottom. So on table 1, Ernie was able to beat Juicy Ray. I'd say a slight upset as well. And together with CT's win versus Kin and Pan Pan's upset of Stephen Chang, this is the third dual win for Hong Kong. So looks like you didn't polish your crystal ball enough yesterday.
No, it only managed to see the first game, sadly. That it didn't extend towards the second one, so I have to buy a new one, it seems.
Yeah.
But yours was on point.
No. Wait.
Well, not on the duos, but you did say you expected Hong Kong to be slight favorites.
Considering we only have a few tiles left, I don't switch layouts now.
Yeah. The game should go to Yellow. They have plenty of times to connect to the field. Who I think has to find a way in. They could attack it now, actually. Again, waiting for Vital.
Yep.
Yeah.
They found
Still
it.
last meeple, but still they have to do it.
Yeah, and
They
if they
actually
win
now
this,
to close their top city with the last rows, which Yellow drew, but had Blue drawn it, the top city was actually completable.
Yep. Over here.
Which I think was a bit of an oversight by Yellow.
Yeah. So there's still a straight, a curve, and a regular crossroad left. And then we are having a splitter. Come on. What am I talking? Let's move the box over there. There's enough. And you can see yourself. So basically, Blue needs to draw these 3 pieces. Preferably right now, 1 to connect. They did. Yep, this works like a charm for Blue. And I guess there's no way to connect with these 2 pieces. At least,
yeah, there is a way then for Blue to win. It's just Yellow doesn't connect.
Yeah. I mean, if Yellow gets these pieces, they can't win the game.
Yeah, because there is definitely no connection done through those pieces.
Yeah.
Those are very clunky tiles.
So 7.
8 at the bottom.
Yeah, I know, but this one is already on Yellow's
I see
field.
this share. So okay, we're equalizing that.
Yes, and so the difference, even the connection. But Blue has no meeple in hand. So yes, the connection could be all they need. Although the cow would give. Where is the third cow? Here it is. So 3 points because the remaining cow is shielded to Blue.
So actually, with this tiles, Yellow could have pre-built that city on the right because they used the splitter on top. They could have used it like a Dorito, and now they would have closed the city, which should have been some 9 points.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they wanted
it's
to
not
block.
Enough, but they wanted to block, obviously.
They just wanted to block Blue, and it would have been enough. to block blue to actually accomplish that.
Of course it was, but they could have. Yeah, I mean, they just need one of 1,000. Blue drew a seeded also. Now it's guaranteed that yellow. Is it guaranteed? Yeah, it's guaranteed that yellow connects.
No. It's not
No?
guaranteed because there is still this permutation left.
No, because if yellow. No, because yellow
No,
connects with
it's
overall
guaranteed
tiles.
because
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Because if blue would get the
Exactly. Yellow
horse,
just gets this.
then come on, let me finish my sentence, damn it. Then yellow would of course have drawn a road beforehand.
Yeah, and blue recognizes that, and they play for the remaining horse tile, which with plenty of value.
Yeah.
Had they drawn it instead of the curve.
Yeah, but it doesn't work out for them. So 94.88 easttung. This should be correct, I think. Quickly refresh over
if
here.
they had got the. Because yellow got 6 points, but yellow would have. Actually, if yellow did not get that horse tile when they did, and they instead got a road tile, would they kind of have to connect a farmer and had who got the juicy tile? Was it enough? Because then yellow had a road for.
I mean, we don't actually need to
6.
switch to Helic HotlyHotly because this looks to be pretty clear affair here. Oh, damn it, I wiped the scores. So let's deduct 6 points from easttung, and then we are at 88. 06 gets +5 for 93. And if easttung would have gotten the straight as penultimate tile, they could have used the curve to get the 6-point road and win the game.
Yeah.
If they would have gotten the curve, of course they would connect, and then later on with the straight couldn't snatch a 6-point road. So I guess it depends on the order of draws whether they would have won or not in this other world scenario. So yeah, definitely.
That was a very good find by blue. They got at least one permutation.
Yeah, solid idea, definitely. So using useless pieces to adjust your win percentage in the end is definitely quite nice. So let's quickly check why Helic is taking so long in the end.
Yeah, and the game is over.
Yep, it's over. Okay, 4-1 in Hong Kong's favor, and that's more or less what I would have expected a few days ago, but not with this lineup. Yeah, but we witnessed at least what was it? 3 deciders, so could have gone either way. Definitely a few close games, a few interesting decisions, a few questionable decisions. 3-point road.
Oh, the 3-point road.
Oh, the 3-point
sad.
road. So sad. Yeah.
Yeah, but congrats to Hong Kong for their performance. Very well done. They got the bronze.
Yeah, it's worse than last year, actually, because last year they got the gold medal. But I guess
Still a podium.
Exactly, medaling in this field with let's say 3 to 5 pretty good, maybe even great teams out of 8. It's definitely okay to get a medal, and definitely what you want to shoot for, especially if you managed to win gold last year. So congratulations, Hong Kong. I guess at least today, well deserved.
Yeah. And commiserations for Taiwan getting so close, but still they should be proud. I think
yeah,
they played,
maybe
at least at the siders we saw, they played quite solidly. Carcassonne,
yeah.
so it was great to watch. And well, they have next times to get rematches and improve on their performance.
Yeah, regarding Taiwan, I'm not sure why someone like Miss Penguin isn't playing, because at least to me, she's, if not the best, then one of the best players from Taiwan, and I haven't seen her play for Taiwan internationally, so that's always a bummer, especially because he has an interesting style of play sometimes. So not really sure, and that's the same for Hong Kong. I think was it Blue Cup? Blue Cup is not on Hong Kong's roster. I think he was, or they were before, but I'm not sure. So it's always a bummer if arguably the best players aren't playing for their country in competitions like this, because this could increase the level of play even more, and would be definitely interesting to cover a match of these two, for example. But it is what it is, and in the end, let's quickly show it. Hong Kong manages to win 4-1 versus Taiwan with an 8-4 game score today, wins bronze. And the final was played yesterday, Thailand versus Japan, where Japan was able to eke out a win. One point about yesterday's stream, I asked Glovir beforehand and he didn't notice a lot, but I had a bit of audio issues on top of the camera issues. And if one of you had noticed clipping of sound, so sentences ending in the middle of them, just let me know and I can fix things if I know that there's a problem. I didn't know it. I only saw it later, or heard it later. And so just say the word and I would try to fix things live. But if I don't know, I can't. Yeah, Otto, you're right. There was one decider, so it's 9-4 Hong Kong. Okay, Daniel KTC in the chat lets us know that Blue Cop doesn't play in tournaments, so quite likely they haven't played before for Hong Kong, so I was mistaken there. And their real identity remains a mystery to Daniel. Okay, well, doesn't matter. You really don't know. You really don't need a real identity. If Blue Cup plays for Hong Kong, it's Blue Cup playing for Hong Kong. I don't care who they are in reality. I just want to see the best of the best from Hong Kong playing in the Asian Cup and the WTCOC, etc. Okay. So, folks, I think that's it. I have other business to attend to, so no game analysis. Can't speak. No game analysis today. Thanks again to my co-host Glovir. It's always
Thank you.
Pretty enjoyable to have you on, actually.
No, it's always a pleasure for me to be on.
Yeah, looking forward to the next stream somewhere down the road. I'm not sure. I guess some national championship playoffs, maybe early September, maybe end of September, maybe even before that. We'll see. They are playing right now. Actually, for those who don't know, just head over to carcassonne.gg and there you can see there's the Ukrainian Carcassonne Online Cup, Hungary, Finnish Championship. What's else? Czech, Hungary again, etc. So I think I'll cover some of these matches sometime. So thanks for tuning in and see you around. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.